I'm about to go on a 12-hour flight to the Le Mans racetrack for Michelin. Only problem is that I had no idea if I was even gonna make it 7 days ago. We made it. This is the busiest Appleton has ever been. Usually it takes like 5 minutes to get in. It's taken about 25, I'd be willing to bet. It's 4:35, Wednesday. Heading to Detroit before flying out from Detroit to Paris. I checked one bag. I got my martini bag with me. And it's gonna be 12 days in Europe, so let's see how good we do. It's mid-April, and that's me on the phone with Samantha, the Michelin brand ambassador for North America, who gave me the news that I had been accepted into their social pilot program. And with that acceptance came an opportunity that I didn't think I'd ever actually be able to go to. A trip to Le Mans. And it's at that moment that I remembered the date of Le Mans. And that's when I said, Samantha, I seriously, I can't thank you enough. This is like a dream trip. But what does that mean? When is it? Oh, This is the River Valley Road Rally, an event we host in Wisconsin where people get to drive around the best roads in the Midwest. Small hiccup, that's when Le Mans was. So do you mind if I don't know, just run over to France really quick and you run the Riverside Rally? It would mean only a lot.
I mean, yeah, sure. Should be fine. I think we'll be okay.
This is why I love you.
Always here for you, friend.
All right.
Now imagine someday when we can just do this in the same building.
Stop it.
Stop it. Great.
You're getting me excited. You're getting me excited. All right. I gotta let you go.
Have a good day, friend.
All right. I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
All right. Bye. The rules were simple for the weekend. Mention we raced a change in posts. Don't be late with jet lag. And whatever you do, don't mention the blimp. Someone lost their keys at the gate, hand those over, then we do what anybody should do. We make sure that the gate still exists. Turns out it does. The flight being 8 hours made me happy. The 4.5 inches of space to sleep, however, did not. Whatever. I'm happy to be here, so after my flight, the only thought was how the hell do I actually get to the hotel from a random airport in France? Yes. Sorry about that.
No problem. It's got hotel restaurant and they see.
That's the hotel? Yeah, because I got some people over there.
Yeah.
I think here? I don't know.
You can ask.
Yeah, that's okay. It's not a far walk if I have to move. That's not a problem. I'll just throw that on top of here.
Here you are.
Awesome. Hey. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Awesome. All right. I met another representative. I guess, how would you title yourself then, Ebony?
PR and brand partnerships for Michelin and Bea Eguiraun in Australia.
In Australia?
Yeah,
but Melbourne, but you've always been into cars.
Love cars, everything automotive. So my parents took me to a racetrack when I was little and been there ever since.
Tomorrow, or today we leave.
Yep.
And then tomorrow is kind of like a prep day, if you will.
Yeah, so we'll get to see the drivers parade and we'll go to the track. So we'll see a little bit of action and then Saturday, Sunday, the main days.
And then Saturday and Sunday are the race days. And then Sunday we come back here.
Yes.
And then Monday I'm staying for the rest of the week, because then Monday I'll stay here.
Yeah.
And then I think Tuesday we'll start heading east is the goal. So
yeah, nice. Go to see some sights, make the most of it.
Michelin has the Michelin Guide. You know this, and it's not a surprise. What was a surprise was having a Michelin star dinner with influencers from around the world, the closest to my teenage years being MightyCarMods. Marty and Moog are by far the most authentic, appreciative humans that I think I've ever met. To sit and go through the entire multi-course meal really meant nothing to me if it wasn't for learning about their humble beginnings, like the fact that Moog composes all their own music for their videos, or that Marty will defend Subarus no matter what. Sure, I ate things that exploded in my mouth and tasted more unique than what you're imagining, but if this was the start of what this weekend would look like, then fuck jet lag. Influence to yours. I see the most important thing for being here. The most important thing. Hold on. Bread montage. And the card. It's made out of wood. How neat is that? $3.30. And got some Tim Tams from my Australian friends. And here is what my little baby room looks like. Ooh! Oh, this is cool. I don't know. Can I crawl out of this? Is this like a patio space? Nope. Look at that view. I didn't even see that before. So I'm gonna get myself all cleaned up and from there, try not to go to sleep. And probably try to check a couple emails just so that I don't accidentally get completely overburdened one day into the trip. Oh, hey there, champ. How's it going?
Hey everybody, how you going? We're here with AlexMartini, the greatest video on the internet.
Don't do that.
It is.
He taught me one word you don't say. Champ. I'll never say it again. It's like,
and
bud.
Cock's not a great one either. Cock? Cock can be good though.
Wait, no. The most mind-boggling thing of being over here from America. Number one, the fact that everything is within walking distance still blows my mind. Number two, everything's so old. They were just casually walking. I think we're going to lunch with the old group. And then this is right next to you. And then just down the road is that. And then just up the hills over there. But just down the valley is that. So you're never running out of things to look at. I can't imagine brushing teeth outside before the Le Mans Drivers Parade, but you do what you have to when you forgot toothpaste. I regret to feel bad about doing this because when you're going to meet influencers that sound like they talk in cursive 24/7, you need to make sure that you have some fresh breath. So there is the definition of feeling slightly out of place where you think you can still sort of figure it out. And then there's the feeling of being actually out of place. In between last night and having a super crazy dinner with Michelin, which was awesome, there was a lot of plates and glasses of wine that made me feel a little bit out of place. And now I'm here in Le Mans with Michelin, of course, which is awesome. But there is a sense of not feeling like maybe you completely fit in. Everybody is wearing Ferrari. Everyone is wearing Renault. And then there's just, you know, a lot happening. The energy's up, but it does feel a little wild to be here, just kind of meandering down the road all by yourself and just figuring it out. I wish we could go like car spotting or something, but it's kind of like Japan. Not a whole lot of cars unless you know where to look, and I don't know where to look. So there are things that I'm not very familiar with. One of them would be standing around to watch people drive by in a thing, but this is a big deal and this is going to be really exciting, mostly because everybody else is super excited. So when they're excited, I'm excited. With my only experience of a driver's parade being Formula Drift from the top 16, I wasn't really sure what to expect, but the 2-kilometer walk to see someone who I thought could be Charles Leclerc's cousin was interesting. But the walk to the parade allowed me to meet Bea. Who are you and what do you do?
Hello, so I'm Bea Eguiraun, and I'm a motorcycle tester.
Okay, so you have a choice, Yamaha or BMW?
BMW.
BMW, okay.
Yeah.
Honda or BMW?
BMW.
BMW. Are you gonna choose BMW for every single bike?
I'm a BMW ambassador.
Oh my God, come on. And so if people wanted to learn more about you testing motorcycles, where would they find you?
My Instagram is at Eguiraun.
I'll type it in. I'll put it as the lower thirds. Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And there was a quick reflection that I realized I was no longer in Wisconsin. I mean, the fact that a quick temperature check would tell me that it felt pretty similar, but there was some insane architecture and cool languages everywhere. Now, I may have glasses, but I promise you I was looking for anything that wasn't just a cute Fiat 500. There was nothing, but it was still kind of neat. It is getting more and more packed. Look at this. Hi! It is so crazy to just be walking down this, and then you just casually look to your left, and look at that. The best thing I think I've heard so far today is they're going and they're calling out the driver names, and there's all these like beautiful Italian, French, you know, Spanish names, and then off in the corner all you hear at the end is Jimmy Johnson.
Okay, so from America, we have cars like M3s and M5s and Audis.
Yep.
But here in Europe, they do M3 wagons. Very cool.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense, right? Like For us, we just want an excuse to buy, you know, the wife a cool car and she needs a wagon. So what do? You don't really have a lot of choices. You can buy Panamera, but you can't do the M3s and the M5s, which is really a car for us to drive.
Yep.
Because she just sort of drives, I guess. Right?
Yeah. That's the thing that's wild is just you only have really 1 to 2 cars here. Kind of like Japan. Japan's kind of the same way. So like everything has to fit into one car. In Japan, they just chose to like public transportation's number 1, and then having like a van of some kind is number 2. Here it's all wagon. Like everything's a wagon.
So if I was in Paris, I'd have an e-bike, and I would have to have some kind of like badass, like an M3 wagon would be perfect, right? Or
a trophy wagon.
Trophy wagon.
Trophy
lift it with big shocks, I could just drive over people.
For those of you guys who don't know, I'll put who Jerry is down in the lower thirds. He's an absolute rock star, and he builds a lot of really cool camera stuff.
Okay.
Thank you. To be honest, I'm not sure how good of a check that is, but you know, it's the thought that counts. And we're here. We are finally here. I don't really know what to expect. I'm very excited though. Wow. And the craziest thing is then you can go outside when you're feeling it, and we have a shot of my very favorite corners in Gran Turismo 7. I still feel substantially out of place, but that's okay. I hope you guys don't mind, but this feels just a little different. Definitely not a big TV superstar, definitely not a actor or professional race car driver. I'm just a dude from Wisconsin that really likes Michelin tires, and apparently they like that I like that. So I'm gonna go back inside for a little bit. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's just a whole different world. Ferraris come pulling up, all of a sudden everybody's cheering for Ferrari. Like it's like football. It's like football. Oh my God. Alpine, the F1 racing team that apparently also makes cars. I'm not entirely sure about the second part, but I've seen a couple of them, and apparently they're like based off of Alfa Romeo. We're gonna see just what's going on in here. Looks like we got some smoke, maybe a new car unveil. Hold on, check this out. I didn't even see it until I walked in. Look at that! What is that? And the toothpaste move was paying off because I was able to meet Fercho, an automotive enthusiast based in Mexico who had one of the best build stories around a Porsche 911S that I'm pretty sure anyone has ever heard.
He's a pretty cool guy.
So who are you and what do you do?
Hey, I'm Fernando, and I'm a Mexican racing driver and content creator.
Why did you say it in the second language? You got to say it in the first language.
In the first language.
Yeah.
Soy Fernando y soy piloto de carreras y creador de contenido de coches.
Tell me a little bit about, because just so you guys know, this guy's wicked awesome. So you rebuilt a Porsche 911.
I did.
And then a wall fell on it.
A wall fell on it, and it was a flood that totaled the car.
Can I see a picture of the fish on the hood again?
Yeah, sure.
See, here's the thing, is as I'm here, I'm meeting all of these incredible people, and they all have the wildest stories, and it's just the neatest thing. Look at this.
This is how the car used to be, and after the flood, this wall ended up crushing it, and here's the fish in the hood. It was 4 hours underwater, and then we started restoring it again. 2 years process, and it ended up looking like this. It's a continental orange. It's a original 1975 color.
It's the same color as the
Jagermeister race cars.
That's so cool.
Pretty cool.
So out of all the cars that you've driven, because you've driven quite a few, right?
A few.
Yeah, and you used to be a journalist. You got all the history. What's like your favorite car that you've driven so far?
GT3.
GT3, the new one?
The new one, yeah.
Why?
992, because the GT3, each generation, you're amazed that they perfected perfection, you know?
Yeah.
It's even better. And you always think they can't go better, and they do.
That's so cool.
And the new GT3, the 992, the most different thing of the other ones is the front end.
Yeah.
It is double wishbone instead of McPherson, so it is a really pointy nose.
That's so cool.
It is really responsive, I love it.
That's awesome.
And it is comfortable as well.
And when did you drive it?
I've driven it a couple of times.
Oh, you gonna buy one of these days or what?
Let us hope. I have a GT4 and I want to trade it for a GT3.
And what generation is the GT4?
718.
718?
Yeah.
So what do you like about that one? Because there's a lot of people that hype up the GT4. They think it's like the cat's ass.
It's a pretty cool car because it doesn't have the 500 horsepower engine.
Yeah.
It has a 420 engine.
Yeah.
But mine has a retune and a IPE titanium exhaust, so it is maybe 460 or 450 horsepower, so it is pretty fast. And it is half the price of a GT3, and it is maybe 70% the same car.
Yeah.
It has the front end of a GT3, it has the same brakes, it has the same gearbox. It is a lot of components are the same, but with a central engine, so that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. And then you have some old cars as well.
Yeah, I love old cars.
Which one of all the old cars is your favorite then?
The 911,
The 911.
because of the sentimental value. But I also have a 1972 Dodge Charger. That was my first car.
And you're located in Mexico.
I'm located in Mexico.
Which is, it's important to state the geography, because it's not like America where there's a million of everything, right? In Mexico, finding some of these cars is super rare. That's super cool. So where can people find you?
In all social media, I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. In all of them, I am as Fercho Urquiza.
That's awesome. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. It is incredible. You guys don't really probably care to hear me say that over and over and over again, but it is so neat. I'm learning people that have modified Porsche 911s. I'm learning from people that do off-road buggies. I'm learning different languages. I'm seeing how incredible so many different people are in so many different cultures. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned so far at this event is just the goulash of culture and watching all of these people like interact with all of it as if it was just like somebody from Wisconsin meeting somebody from Minnesota. And I suppose the countries are like the same size as our states, but there's so much difference in the cultures of countries versus the states. And so we spent some time over at Alpine. Gonna be honest, a little bit too long, but that's okay. Got to see some cool cars, drank some Coke, and had an espresso. And I'm feeling quite French. Baguette, espresso, bread. The bread here is way better, by the way. The bread here is way better. That's just how it goes sometimes. Apparently we have another surprise. That's why we're in between the posts. I don't know exactly what that means. We'll see how she goes. Can we come in?
Come on.
Come on. Oh, thank you.
I mean, I don't know if we changed everyone, but I mean, here, this is the moment where the three drivers are meeting, like Alan said before. One is finishing the race, he's still full on adrenaline. He will arrive where the other two are already hit by emotions. And that's when we kind of very shortly celebrate. Then we are rushed onto the podium. And there it really starts to sink in for the first time. It starts to sink in that what we have achieved. And you are relieved, you are proud, you are happy. And I think that's really the moment you really enjoy. When you really just sit back and you see the whole pit lane and the grandstand and even the circuit is starting to get filled with people. That's an enormous proud moment, but it's only these few minutes because right after we will be at the press conference or we will be asked by the Michelin engineer or the car engineer what was all right in the last stint and things like that. So the work is already going on. So the podium is very, very important for us. Of course, it's good to feel good, and it's good not to be under too much pressure than more than the pressure that you want to do your teammates proud and your team proud.
Yeah.
And of course, you're always thinking of something specific. There's always that little thing you're thinking of.
Yeah. Thank you. Le Mans as a racetrack is huge, properly large. Just the paddocks seem to feel like they extend for miles. A quick, few facts for you. The circuit is 13.626 kilometers, which is the longest and fastest visited by the FIA WEC. Okay, sitting on its 15th design for the event in terms of how it's laid out, you get to take a peek at over 33 turns over the course of 24 hours. And while it's called the 100th annual or the centennial, it's only its 91st running event. Ooh, marketing tactic on you. The tires, which you know I'm gonna mention like a daddy that just bought somebody a new handbag, has some neat facts too. Like the fact that at its top speed, the Michelin Pilot Sport tires actually become oval and their diameter increases by 5 centimeters due to the force. The only thing that actually fixes that shape is the aerodynamic force of the car. The braking required in the Mulsanne turn go from 315 kilometers per hour to 90 kilometers per hour in 200 meters or 600 feet in just 4 seconds. The amount of force that dissipates is the same amount of force that would be required to stop a 72,000-pound truck traveling at 50 kilometers an hour. But the cherry on top of all of this was this view and meeting these drivers.
But holy smokes, look at us. Look at where we're at right now. We are literally where the podium is. This is insane. I don't think I would ever be here before if it wasn't for Michelin. Look at how wild this is. This is the craziest thing I've probably ever seen in my entire life. This is so neat. Oh my God. Look at this is the view you get when you win Le Mans.
One of the biggest pains was trying to find a place to actually get some pretty decent shots, so that meant we had to make friends with whoever we could. That included the track staff, which after a little bit we were able to find our way inside one of the turns for the Porsche corners, and man, what a sound. Oh, and I also wanted to steal that car part that broke off that one car. I took every fiber of my being to not actually take that and just run and pray that I could put it in a check bag.
We are all done with today. Time to go home. I'd rate it 9 out of 10. Would have been a 10 out of 10. Just need more coffee. So apparently for tomorrow, they plan on only keeping us here until, I think, midnight. We're going to see if maybe we can just sleep here. I can't imagine it's that hard to get approval, but I'd like to try it regardless. Oh, look at this. They're running the sim. So, we're gonna try staying here all night tomorrow. We'll see if it works. It might not. I think it will. I don't see why it wouldn't. Because you don't go to 24-hour Le Mans and only spend 6 hours there. What the f is the point? I don't understand. I'm supposed to be here all day. That's what I'm here to do. You guys love to tell me if you think it's a good idea. I think it's a great idea. Just hide.
I'm not.
We're not going back to the hotel tomorrow.
It's 10 p.m.
No, tomorrow.
Ah, tomorrow?
Yeah, no.
Of course we aren't.
No.
No,
We're staying here.
No. There's enough space in this building for 5 human beings to not notice that they're sleeping here.
Enough so fast.
Okay, so I just asked if we can stay, and they say yes, we can stay.
Oh, really?
So it's gonna be full 24 hours race with experiences, track, paddock,
all of it.
Anything you guys want. You know, at the end it's full experience.
Nice.
You just jump off like that?
Yeah.
I felt like I was getting jumped.
Yeah.
I was about to pull out my gun. Hey.
MightyCarMods socks, the chop socks.
Oh, Australia representing.
100%.
Samantha's sleeping. And we're out. Woo. There's so many great noises. Oh my God. Is that a FAMAS? I had one of those.